Hello, good people. Emmanuel Science Safari bring you the Promise Insurance Show. Today, I want to feature the construction industry, whether buildings, whether dams, name it. There's a lot of building that is happening in this year because now we have finished with the politics. We are trying to now embark on construction. Of course, I always have to feature the companies that really are doing it best. Let's just listen to this video briefly. So it's talking about keeping your projects from technical risks and unforeseen setbacks. We've got you covered. So this is Britain for you, which is ready to do this. So let's also listen into this very brief video. And this is...
Buildings are classified into three categories. There's Class A, Class B, and Class C. Class A are public buildings. There are also buildings that are complex in structural form. There are also buildings that extend to more than 12 meters in terms of height. When we talk about public buildings, we're talking about hospitals, schools, churches, markets, and all other buildings that the public always have access. The other category of buildings that are within Class A are buildings that are located in sensitive ecosystems. These are buildings, for example, that are to be located in wetlands, and also buildings that are to be located, for example, in forests. The second category is Class B. Class B are residential or commercial buildings that are more than 30 square meters in terms of area, but less than 12 meters in terms of height. And their structural forms are simple. Then the last category of buildings is Class C. Class C are minor or temporary buildings that are less than 30 square meters in terms of area.
So that is Uganda National Building Review Board, NBR, which was giving us just a highlight of how they classify buildings. Because of late, we are seeing lots of buildings collapsing, and they had come up with some serious punitive measures for especially the contractors. And now, contractors or risks, for instance, this is what we just using this example. Whenever someone is awarded a contract, you need to get their details of where they're located and for what project, we name it, and then we look at the contract value. We look at what I call the third-party liability element, and I'll go briefly through all that. So this is just an example of a project one of our contractors, one of our clients won at about 1.8 billion. And it was a building project for a building. Now, maybe this takes me to this, that we have various rates, minimum rates that we work with. For, say, buildings, we usually charge 0.3%, for roads, 0.25%, for dams, 0.4%, for standalone projects, about 0.25%. So these kind of projects, also the plant and machinery, we also charge a certain rate. But of course, depending on the magnitude of the project, if it is more than, let's say, 100 billion, there's a between 50 and 100 billion, there's a 15% discount. If it's above 200 billion, we could refer to the regulator to get a discounted value, because those are really huge, impactful projects for the country. So with that, let's look briefly how we charge, because in Uganda, Bagamba, if you have not really seen the cost, atunda yolesa yatera okumala okutunza mango. So I think the insurance aspect has not caught up so much in Uganda, because we don't really show examples to show how cheap it can be, because people spend a lot of money to win this kind of contract. Imagine this person who won a 1.8 billion project. He must have spent a bit of money, but he must have given us the information for us to know how are we going to charge these premiums. So if this project was, say, about 1.8 billion, we looked at his project staff, maybe 8 of them. These are the core people who work like the engineers. They don't work so much on the project, but they also provide their services. Maybe their annual wage bill, monthly bill is about 11.8 million shillings. That is about 708. We look at this as the 60 years earnings. So we had to break this down for this kind of clientele. And if we look at the 20 masons and 20 helpers, these are another core laborers whose value or whose risk is higher, so we charge slightly higher. Public liability, we usually look at about 10% of the public or the contract value. And contractors' plant machinery, if it was presented, this client actually presented it, the outer Bowsers and all that, the list was shared, the rate was 0.4%, such that the total premium for this project is about 18.9 million minus taxes. Actually, if you look at its entirety, it's about 4.5 billion. And if we look at the taxes involved, these are about 3 of them for taxes, because you're looking at these other components. Each tax is about 35,000, stamp duty. Okay, there's 18% as well, such that the total premium is about 22.6 million. Of course, there are also elements where clients can't afford all this at once because they are just getting into the contract. We can work out what we call insurance premium financing. The banks we usually partner with will charge about 6% per annum, which is really sizable, and you pay this over 10 months. So that is a topic for another day, but just know instead of the 2.2 million, 22 million, you could actually end up paying about 2.3, 2.4 million over 10 months. That is also possible for us to get you covered. So of course, there are lots of things that we can look into here. These are usually the contract extensions. Excesses are usually important for you to know. What is the first payment you make? Or the insurer, you will have to contribute as the contractor on any challenge that may happen, because there's so many things that we are covering as are laid out in these principal extensions. But you always have to look at any unforeseen and or sudden or damage to the property described in the schedule attached, including the liabilities to the third parties. And those liabilities are so many. You may never finish all of them, but most contracts stipulate them. These are for public contracts. And then those private ones, as we talked about, there's Class C in the National Building Review Board details in the video. You saw that you can actually look at. We classify the buildings or the projects in Class A, Class B, Class C. Class D, of course, are the ones we fear the most. Things like Makutis, like that is the huts. But that said, I don't want to spend so much time on this kind of discussion, because it's really highly specialized. So with that, I just want to remind you that yes, consider taking on Be Smart Planner and start with the right cover. So contractors or risks will be something that will be beneficial. And so let's look out for Britain. Let's consider keeping your projects and systems protected from a technical and unforeseen setback. I'd like to thank you for your attention, and till the next time, I'm Emmanuel Safali, bringing you the Promise Insurance Show. Be blessed.